I am reviewing a FP&A intern, which is, I believe it was financial planning and analytism. I can never say that word. They sent me like 18 different things they wanted, like trading intern and quant intern, but I can only pick one. I can only review your resume based on one job description because resumes are job description specific. What works for a quant intern may not work for a FP&A intern. So I just picked FP&A. And what we're going to be looking for as an internship is going to be kind of basic. It's the Microsoft Office along with Outlook, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Yes, they are critical in almost every job they had these, and if they are in every job, you need them in your resume. They want to know that you can talk with stakeholders, specifically that you can talk about plans and that kind of thing. They want to know you have your BA, and they want to know, if you have previous FP&A experience, great, along with being able to multitask, work well with others, and take criticism. So those are going to be the main ones. Most of them had like a side thing they wanted, but I can't go to every single side thing, but these are going to be the most common ones. So yeah, if you like this type of video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me. The algorithm is a fickle beast that I do not understand, but I do understand resumes. And this person also sent me their full contact information. Please don't do that. Please, please, please don't. Just scrub all that stuff at the very top. So this does not need to be this many lines. This should be 2 to maybe 3 lines max. Normally, I don't like it being longer than 2, but I'm leaning on the side of caution that maybe they want to know more about these, but based on what I was looking at, I don't know if these were actually in the JD. For FP&A intern, I didn't look at quant because, again, I have to only look at one. Bilingual, this actually should be up top. Being bilingual is incredibly important, and having searched for bilingual opportunities, one for that needed to speak English and Spanish, the other that needed to speak English and French, it's a nightmare actually searching for people that are bilingual. So you should put that up top. That's pretty beneficial. And the rest of this stuff doesn't matter because if it's not in the bullet points, it basically doesn't count. So you kind of have too much space up here, and this is largely everything is being highlighted, but the resume really starts here after the education. So in desire to gain quantitative finance domain knowledge, developed and implemented scalable data gathering models to training pathfinds. Okay, that's okay. So far, nothing good but nothing bad. A utilized novel. Don't see anything there. Cross-validation provisions, utilized hardware, granted MI. Again, I'm not looking for any of that. The ones I looked at for FP&A intern did not require any of this stuff. Maybe this is a perfect resume for a quant, whatever, but I'm not looking for a quant. You said any of these, and I picked this one. So, asset management, navigated high pressure. How many applications have you sent in? You've sent in 80 to 1, which isn't the worst as an intern. Utilize, yeah, again, no. As asset manager, pricing real-time price action consequences, again, no, don't care. Collaborated with a diverse team. Just say worked. You don't need to say collaborated. Worked with a diverse team of 4. Why was it diverse? Led development of the short thesis on Chinese problem using Bloomberg data. This is actually fine. So here's the thing. I'm not finding anything I need as an FP&A intern. This might be the most perfect quant intern. I don't know, because you specified multiple things. So please, please, please specify one job title, only one, specifically one. Unless the job title means multiple things, like you could have two things that mean the same job title. But this is not gonna pass as a FP&A intern. It might pass as a quant intern, but I don't know what those are. So I'd have to look. Yeah, because I don't see anything about FPA. I see a little bit about worked well with others, which is good. I don't see anything about Word, Excel, except for right here, but they really need to be in your bullet points. So I think regardless, your formatting is a little off. There's too much bolding, which is very difficult to read. And you are, in fact, speak 2 languages and a little bit of Spanish, so you should put that up top, honestly, like after your contact information. That's pretty important. So fix some of the formatting issues, resubmit with the singular job title you want, so that I actually can help you, because I cannot help you if you put 8. And we're gonna just have to move over to the next resume, because I can't help this because I looked previously at FPA, not quant or the others. You submitted it for risk intern, credit risk intern, trading intern, FPA, and quant analyst intern. So pick one, resubmit, and I'll help you out there. Let's move on to the next resume. is a software engineering resume, and this is an internship, so they sent correctly. Software engineering internships are going to be varied. They could be front end, back end, side end, whatever. So they've applied to 80 and gotten 1 interview, which isn't bad. It's not great. But December is a bit of a nightmare in applications, and right now is when it's going to really start picking up. So that actually could be okay. It's still not of a big enough sample size, but what we're going to be looking for in general is going to be a basic knowledge of the tech stack, so whether it be full, back, front, the ability to work well with others and takes direction and criticism. So, number 1 ranked CS university. This wouldn't mean anything to a recruiter, but might mean something to the manager. So that's, BS in computer science. This is fine. I don't know if this is needed, but what I think you can do is move this to 2. Normally I'd say put this as 1, but the fact that you got ranked 10 nationally in whatever this is in your record holder, I would truthfully make this 2 lines. The first one has this information. The second stuff has this information. I don't know if this is as needed. Teacher's assistant. Lead redacted. Lead redacted weekly recitations for 25 students in redacted. Enhancing understanding of redacted through interactive problems and learning discussion. Wrote 40% of second midterm, fifth and final, various homework problems. This one's kind of nice. So design and led review session, lecturing for students. So here's where we might have a slight disconnect. When you're doing an internship, unless it's a master's internships are a little bit different. We're not necessarily looking for leadership. It's not bad, but what we're really looking for is that you can work well with others and take criticism, along with a basic understanding of your tech stack. And the reason for that is you're an intern. You're not here to change the company left and right. You're here to learn and take criticism. So what this is showing me is more leadership when I really kind of want to know more how you work well with others. I think this is fine because it shows your competency, but I'd really like to know how you communicated with those people. In addition, it would be good to see a little bit of the basic tech stack. So this is fine. Actually, this is good, but this should probably be maybe here. And your bolding is not good. So here's my problem with this. I think your bolding is not helping you, because what I would be looking for is truthfully more along this rather than just this. The numbers are not important. It's important that you show that you have worked well with others and led them and worked together and helped them improve is good. And developed learning platform is not what I'd be looking for. I would be looking more for AI. This is fine, but it shouldn't be bolded. Again, there's too much bolding that it makes it not useful. So I don't think you need to change too much. I think you need to add, maybe this should be probably up closer top, which is developed a learning platform using Next.js, TypeScript, Tailwind, React API, and MongoDB. This should be combined with this. And then you could say secured 5K in funding, winning competitions such as X and Y, which is great. And then you can do this. So it's not a bad resume. I could see you moving forward a little bit, but I want to give you the best shot you can. And even with all this, it's still very tough. Internships are tough. So I want you to fix this a little bit. Lay off the bolding though. This is actually hurting you. Too much bolding, don't do it. The only thing that should be bolded is your name at the very top and then the start of each of these sections like this. Everything else should not be bolded. So projects should be bolded, experiences bolded, education bolded. This should not. So I could see places where you could move forward, but it's actually, your formatting is making it harder for me to find what I need. So let's move on to the next resume. This is a resume of a senior project manager, and they have applied to about 150 apps or more before getting a single interview. So the first thing is they sent me this as a JPEG, which I then had to convert to a PDF. So that's why it looks like this. I don't know how to make this look prettier than this. So this looks awkward on my end too. So please just send PDFs. PDFs or Word docs, both are fine. If you actually sent a JPEG to the recruiter, there is a possibility the ATS may not pick it up. As long as it's a PDF or Word doc, that's fine. So We're gonna have to make do with this, and let's look. What we're gonna be looking for, as this is a project manager thing, this is gonna be a little bit different. So, project manager is gonna depend on the industry, and it's also gonna depend on more how hands-on, because sometimes companies call things project managers when they're really not. But ideally, what we're gonna be looking for is cross-functional, that you've worked cross-functional, use Google Suites, Airtable, Slack, Shortcut, along with demonstrated, that part you can ignore, that you have Salesforce for some, not all, not everything needs Salesforce, but it's a bonus. And then MS Office, Word, Outlook, PowerPoint, and Excel. Yes, that's important. There were jobs that had 100K minimum that required those. If they're on the JD, they need to be on your resume. And then more specifically, as this is a non-IC position, we really, really need to know how you used your team to solve problems, how you took projects from inception to execution on time and under budget, how many projects you managed. And then this is also where it depends on how much of the manager you want to be, which again, I can't fully tell. So hopefully I'll be able to tell based on this. Built cross-functional bridges, that's good, between the technical and business teams, and managed dependency across module implementation. So here's my problem with this. Your very first thing, especially as an associate director, is I need to know what the hell you do. Just built cross-functional bridges is not going to be enough. Like, I need you to say, I'm going to throw this out there randomly. I'm sure none of this will make sense, but I want to make sure this is how you write the sentences. At Amazon, I created Amazon Prime, which from inception, within a budget of 200 billion, and kept it under, along with 3 to 5 teams under me where I worked cross-functionally. That is how you use cross-functionally. That gives me what you do. You worked at Amazon, you created Prime, which honestly, if any of us did that, we would be able to retire instantly now. So that is how I want you to write that. Especially your very first sentence needs to be a summary. And I know this is going to be very small to read. I just don't know how to fix it with the formatting because this was sent as a JPEG. So directed a project team of 15 across development and business analysts to enhance delivery of national implementation of healthcare platforms. Okay, so I know people cannot read this because it says by percent. I don't care if it's by percent. How much was the budget? How much did you save? Achieved around 95% onboarding for payer and providers. Okay, but what does that mean? Why is that good for you? You have to tell me, and I want to see it within your first 2 bullet points, why you used leadership, how you used leadership, how you managed the project. Because the important thing is you still need to do the what, which is the skill or qualification. In this case, it's going to be qualification over skill. The how you did it, which you do, but not the why. Why is this important? I don't see how this is important. There's so many percentage points and stuff that it doesn't matter. Collaborated with infrastructure team leaders to improve processes and deploy product features at 20% quicker rate. Okay, cool. How did you collaborate them? Did you use Excel? Did you create documents? Did you talk to stakeholders? There is so much missing from this from a management resume. And I think honestly this reads, you sort of did the style of an IC resume, which is not what you want to do because IC resumes and manager resumes are going to be different. Stop by the channel. I will teach you how to write this, unless you're in chat right now and you're yelling at me because I'm not looking at chat this very second. But I don't want to go too much more into this because it's kind of hard to find and read, honestly. So that is your biggest issue. Also, you have a PMP. I just saw this. PMP should be at the top. PMP is like the biggest thing you can do. You need to rework this entire thing. And I don't think it's going to be too bad either to rework it, but like, the formatting is okay, except for the fact that the PMP is at the bottom. Your formatting is fine. But I really, really, really need you to write this in a different way because you're not showing how you led. I need to know the why it's important. I need to know how it happened. So I couldn't move forward with this unless there's something very niche, especially if this was sent as a JPEG. I wouldn't even be able to read it. So resubmit, please. Come back. I will tell you how to do formatting because I'm pretty sure that's why you spent 150 plus application to get 0 interviews or 1 interview is based on that. So let's move to the final resume of this video. This is a software engineer and they were trying to get basically their first position, which is tough. I will say getting your first 2 years in as a software engineer is probably going to be the hardest thing you're going to do in your career. Even when the market was good, it was still hard. So you have sent 100 applications to about 1 interview, which isn't great. But as a fresher, I will say this, it's not good, but it could be a lot worse. But yeah, let me look at what you said real quick. I have applied over, okay, never mind, I'm wrong, 1,500 jobs and received about 20 interviews. Let me do that math real quick. Divided by 20. That is, yeah, 1 to 75. You know what? Honestly, 1 to 75 as a fresher, that's about it's not good, but it's like the minimum worst you can get. So the fact that you've had around 15 to 20 isn't bad. It's not great, but let's see if we can make it better. Also, you say you constantly try to update your resume. Don't do that. Speed is important. So let's look at this. Hopefully I can determine what kind of software engineer you are. Already, I hate this formatting. So the basic parts of the format, this is fine. The problem is the bolding. There's so much bolding, I can't read this. This is a nightmare to read. This should be 2 lines max. If you can do it 1, that's fine. But this is a formatting issue below the education. So I'm going to try to read that. Developed a RESTful web service on an Azure using ASP.NET, reducing IAM insertion, processing time delivery. Okay. Why is all of this bolded? There is less things bolded on your resume than there are bolded. You have more things bolded than there are not bolded. RESTful is good. Azure is good. ASP.NET is good. I assume C. This stuff, it's fine to have, but I don't know why the hell you're bolding it. Enhanced client server using experience using Java. Okay. Just say use. You don't have to say this. This is filled with corpo speak. You have some of the keywords right. This really reads like a full stack position, sort of. I don't have enough, but SQL is good. Okay, yeah, oh my God. This is hurting me to read. Built an interactive web application using React, Node.js, OpenAI, API, HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap. This is the best damn sentence you have in your whole resume. This is how I want you to write them, without the bolding. Also, I don't know if you really need the link to it, because recruiters aren't going to click on that. Maybe managers will, but I want this. So I think you're full stack, a share Bootstrap. Yeah, here's my problem. This is so hard to read. As a fresher, we get hundreds of resumes for this, and you don't want it to be hard to read. A recruiter, you've actually gotten most of these bullet points fine, but just remove the bolding. Literally remove all of the bolding except for this, your first name, and this. Those are the only things that should be bolded, and immediately will make it clearer. I'm not sure I really want the GitHub stuff there, because I'm on 2 minds about it. You should keep your GitHub link. That's fine on the top of your resume, but having it there is going to be bad, because I'm going to use this to talk specifically about why formatting and stuff is important. Recruiters have 15 to 30 seconds to look at your resume. In most positions, that is how long we have. And we have about 30 minutes to disposition about 100 people. So in those 30 minutes, because the rest of the time is taken clicking the buttons, you can get into a bit of a fugue state. And if someone's not as familiar with IT, which it's very possible a company did not train them on IT recruiting, they will have 15 seconds to only look for those keywords, which in this case are going to be, I have to switch back to the full stack, and having this bullet point, the bolding like this, means you're going to be bouncing around to all this different stuff, and it's going to be a nightmare. And managers may or may not like some of these bullet points, but this is very hard for me to read just in general. And if you have 200 people that applied in an hour, you don't have to spend more than 15-30 seconds to find what you need. And if you do, your resume, if you do have to spend more, your resume is probably going to get out, and that's the harsh truth. It's not good, it's not right, but due to the workload of recruiters, that's kind of all you can get. Previously, there was a accounting. You don't get 200 people applying. You get maybe 3 in a day or 2. You can spend more time on that. You can't spend more time right now in an impacted market on this. So I don't think your bullet points are bad. I think you need to solidify what kind you're going for, because I think you may be missing a little bit based on back end or full stack. And then just remove all the bolding, remove all the blue, and fix some of the formatting, and you'd have a fine resume that will increase your chances. Because right now you're going to about, like I said, a 75-to-1 ratio, which isn't horrible for a fresher, but it's not great. So, yeah, that's all I can do on this one. I may pass it. gosh, I don't even know. It's so hard for me to even remember this is a nightmare to read. Don't do that. So I don't even know if I'd pass this or not. It would really depend on the manager, and I don't even, it's so hard to even read it. So I hope these videos have been enjoyable. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell. That is what the cool kids say, I think. I don't know. And I will see you on the next video. Bye.